There comes a moment in every season of life when we pause gently and admit that the legs we once trusted without thinking now ask for permission before every step. And if you've been waking up with that deep, dragging ache in your calves or thighs, or feeling that strange stiffness that seems to settle in your knees the moment you sit for too long, know this: you are not alone, and nothing about what you're feeling is a sign of weakness or failure, but rather a quiet message from the body, asking to be cared for in a new way, a wiser way, a way that honors the years you've lived. And sometimes these messages come with fear: fear that mobility will shrink, fear that independence might slip away, or simply the fear of not feeling like yourself anymore. But that fear softens a little once we understand why these pains come, because in truth, our muscles and joints change over time, becoming more sensitive to inflammation, losing a little circulation, holding stress a bit longer than they once did. And even something as simple as missing minerals or fiber in the diet can quietly magnify the tension in the legs. The science behind it is gentle and simple. As we age, the tiny capillaries that feed the muscles slow down, oxidative stress builds, and the tissues around our joints become less lubricated, creating that heavy, tight sensation that so many seniors describe as walking through sand. But nature, in its quiet generosity, offers comforting support through certain vegetables that tend to be overlooked, yet have remarkable effects on circulation, inflammation, and overall leg comfort. And one of the most powerful among them is the humble beet. Yes, the deep red, earthy vegetable that many of us ignored in childhood turns out to be one of the greatest gifts for aging legs. Because beets help open blood vessels, improve oxygen flow, and soothe the tiny muscle fibers that tense up when circulation slows. And using this natural remedy is simpler than most people expect. All it takes is a small serving of cooked beets or fresh beet juice earlier in the day, ideally in the morning or early afternoon, when the body is more prepared to absorb nutrients and convert them into energy. And for those who don't enjoy the flavor, pairing beets with carrots, apples, or a squeeze of lemon softens the earthiness and brings out a gentle sweetness that makes it far easier to enjoy. Consistency is key. Just a few tablespoons of steamed beets daily, or half a cup of beet juice 3 to 4 times a week, is enough to encourage healthier blood flow to the legs, loosen that stiff, tight feeling around the knees, and awaken a sense of lightness that many describe as being able to move without thinking again. And while it is not a miracle or an overnight change, it is a steady, reassuring improvement that builds quietly, day by day, until one morning you realize the heaviness in your legs has softened, the steps feel smoother, and that familiar wave of dread before standing up simply isn't there anymore. And as your circulation improves, many people notice a warm, tingling sensation at first, almost like the legs waking up again. And then over the following weeks, a greater ease in bending, walking, and climbing small steps. And there is something deeply comforting about knowing that such a simple vegetable can bring such relief, especially when paired with gentle habits like staying hydrated, stretching the calves before bed, or walking for just 5 minutes after meals to help the nutrients travel through the bloodstream. And as these new practices settle into your routine, you may begin to feel something more than physical improvement. You may feel a quiet hope rising inside, a hope that reminds you that your body is still capable of change, still capable of healing, still capable of surprising you with resilience. And that hope grows stronger each time the legs feel just a little lighter, each time you stand up without wincing, each time you take a walk and realize you are thinking more about the world around you than the discomfort beneath you. Because healing often begins with small steps, repeated gently, consistently, with patience and kindness toward yourself. So let this simple remedy, this simple vegetable, be more than food. Let it be a reminder that nature still knows how to care for you, that your body still responds to nourishment, that age does not close the door to comfort, but simply invites you to listen more closely. And as you continue this practice, day after day, week after week, imagine your legs being fed, soothed, and strengthened from the inside out. Imagine the blood flowing more freely, the muscles relaxing, the joints moving with a touch more grace. And allow yourself to feel gratitude not only for the improvements, but for the wisdom that led you here, the wisdom that comes only with age. In the end, remember this: you deserve comfort, you deserve freedom of movement, and there is still so much life waiting in your steps. So let each beat, each gentle stretch, each mindful moment become a small act of love for the body that has carried you through every chapter of your journey. And let today be the day you choose to support your legs, your strength, and your spirit with something so simple, so natural, and so healing, allowing hope to return slowly, warmly, like sunlight spreading across a quiet morning.